High taxes, crime, riots, a rising minimum wage, and never-ending red tape. That's the reality business owners face every day in California. It's driving residents and companies out of the state, but California's governor appears to be too busy on social media to notice or care. Newsom firing off on X at the news that Bed Bath & Beyond would not open any new retail stores in California due to an unfriendly business environment. You can see what he wrote right there. Of course, we've got a guy on this panel who knows quite a bit about this.
Well, that was directed at me.
He was the object of these tweets. So weigh in
I'm sorry, before we go to that, I just have to say one thing. I'm going to go from earlier.
You go, fine.
All I'm thinking about is Taylor going to register, like set up a register. You said it's going to be all about business, so I just thought I would bring it back to business. Is she going to register for her wedding? But not in California, of course.
Not if she can, California, because you said no to California.
I did say no.
And the governor came back at you. And look, I think you were trying to communicate to him in good faith.
I did.
You weren't trying to be snarky.
Nope.
But he came back to you purely on the basis of snark and antagonism.
Let's look at the math. When you compare the 50 states that you're going to do business in and you're going to invest into opening up a retail facility or buying one, you have to think about the space itself, which is expensive in California, the consumer base, which is unbelievable in California, the average income, which is unbelievable in California, and all of that gets absolutely purged by what it costs to do business in California between the legal process, the labor process, the regulatory process. At the end, the yield is just so bad. Wow. It's awful. And we just wanted to say to the governor, we don't want to open in California because we believe that it's cost prohibitive. What I thought was going to happen, because it was a very intellectual, forward-thinking discussion, what I thought would happen was, hey, boy, we don't like that. Yeah. We're the fourth largest economy in the world. You're wrong. I'm right. Sit down. Listen to me. Let me tell you all the reasons why you should bring your company here.
Tom,
and he didn't.
It happened. The opposite happened. He told me, you know, you don't know what you're talking about.
I have yet to see from him a good faith response to what you wrote. I haven't seen.
I shared with you off camera that I was on a text chain with a major CEO of a major tech company in San Francisco who said, I like both of you guys. You guys need to work this out. No response. And I wrote back and I said, listen, I apologize if you took it personal, but it's a real true fact. I'd like to sit down and talk about it. No interest.
Nothing. Tom, you're a California guy.
Yeah, I just moved there 7 months ago.
What do you think about this?
You know, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. There are 2 coastal cities in the entire state of California that are more conservative. I happen to live in one. There's Newport Beach, there's Huntington Beach. It's a great place to live.
Wonderful.
But it's not business friendly, and it is prohibitive. And there's so much income. It's so entrepreneurial. People building businesses. Life sciences is big in Southern. Real estate has obviously been huge. So to just rest on your laurels and say we're the X largest economy in the world versus attracting business, because everyone wants to live there. Sunshine, I mean, in the winter, it's 68 degrees, I play golf. In the summer, it's 78 degrees, I play golf. I mean, it's all year round. You know, I call it the sunshine tax. But, you know, you got to create jobs, and the way you do that is incentivizing business to be there, because money goes where it's treated best. And you see the CEO of In-N-Out Burger, which I happen to frequent every single week, once a week. I do the Flying Dutchman and the whole thing. She's moving her headquarters. This is a family business, multi-generational business, moving it to Tennessee, expanding outside of California. This was a California-based company. This is part of the culture of California, and they're moving out.
Here's the piece that bothers me more. One last thing. Here's the piece that bothers me more. The ultimate loser in the situation is the consumer.
Right. Yeah.
Because we have California pricing that we have to think about because of all the frictions that get created between the cost of goods and the retail price, just to be able to break even.
It reminds me, Lydia, so I'm from Minnesota, remember when Tim Walz got up and was rooting for Tesla's stock price to fall? Even though his state pension fund owned Tesla.
$2 million shares.
But so that I was like, why are you rooting for an American business to fail? And when I saw the Newsom thing, it was the same deal. Like, you are rooting against an American business with American workers and American consumers that's on a comeback.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. I find it to be, Gavin Newsom's response to you to be so disappointing, because this is not a situation where there can be right or wrong, because you're right, at the end of the day, it's the residents and the consumers that are going to lose. But why not just pick up the phone or have a conversation and just say, tell me more. What more should I understand? How does it look from the side of the fence that you're sitting on? I'm so tired of feeling like, politicians are just out here trying to win or be better or one up. It's not a win or lose. It's just about being better and trying a different way.
But it comes off as arrogance. You can't explain it any other way. It's an arrogance about the way his view of California, and you're wrong.
The thing that put me over the edge, and I had to put my phone down, is he posted a red hat that said Newsom was right about everything.
Right.
And then above it, he said, the folks at Bed Bath & Beyond called me today. They want to sell my hat on their website, and I told them no.
Right.
And so celebrating people's demise, he didn't understand that we bought the IP out of bankruptcy. We're trying to bring it back. Celebrating anybody's demise just feels unprofessional and, quite frankly, ungubernatorial.
Right.
For sure.
Non-presidential.
So if he wanted to talk to you now, would you still talk to him about it?
There's a text. Yes, and I would stay very professional and say, here are the issues that I have. Tell me why I'm thinking about this the wrong way.
Is he still doing his podcast? Remember his podcast where he's talking to people on the other side?
I have not seen that it got canceled. I don't watch it, but I have not seen that.
Why doesn't Gavin Newsom have Marcus Lemonis on his podcast?
The invitation is here right now.
I would
fly
watch
out
that.
to
Like
him right
two
now.
grown men about what they're dealing with in the state of California.
I agree.
That's not rocket science. That's pretty easy.